Okay, so I'm going to start a class on React, and this will be our sample project. Even though it's a real project that I'm actually doing, but I will actually use it to explain React, Next.js, and also Node.js. Now, the first thing I want you to know is that for you to be able to use this very well, you need to have a fundamental knowledge in what is it called? In what is your HTML, in CSS, Abby? If you know Bootstrap, it will also help you because there is Tailwind CSS. The meaning of Tailwind CSS is that okay, you don't need to actually start typing your CSS like normal CSS where you put maybe dot header, open curly brace, close curly brace. You can easily put whatever you want to put inside a what? A class under inline. Do you understand? Like you are using your Bootstrap class. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, so that's why you need to have a fundamental knowledge in all this. Now, uh, a lot of time you use your what is it called your browser to run your JavaScript code, right? So you use your browser a lot of time. But what Node.js will actually do for you is that it's just like what will help you to run your code even apart from your browser. That is running it in terminal, running it in server. Do you understand? So so apart from running it in server, it can also allow you to run it in what? In terminal and also in your server. So without wasting much time, the first thing you need to do is that you go to your document, or I'll give you some stuff that you can actually read up. So you go to your what? We are doing this class within 2 3 weeks. So I don't want to start saying unnecessary story. So you should know that it's a framework, Abby. So so the first thing you would do is that you would go to possibly wherever you like, maybe your document, and you create a folder. So let me assume I want to create a folder in my document, new. Are you following? Folder. So what is the name of our class? Let me call it React, React, practice, React frame. Hmm? Let me just call it that name. So you create a folder normally. Exactly. So after you've done that, the next thing you now do is that you will now go to your Visual Studio. I know you are familiar with this step. When you get to your Visual Studio, go to what? Your file. Go to your open what? Folder. So that you now go and trace the particular React frame, right? That I have, and I'll click on what? Select folder. Are you following? Okay. I'm waiting for you to change this directory because I'm using different folder entirely. But if it's not still working, I'll have to close this and reopen it. Okay, it's changing it already. It's trying to close that one successfully. Are you following? Now on getting air, can you see? You can see the React frame already. Exactly. Now, after you have this, the next thing you now need to do is that you go to your what? This is the icon. You could see your menu, your file, your edit, your selection, your view, your go, your run. You see some, is it not 3 or 4 dots at this end? Click on it, then you go to terminal, you go to new terminal. Exactly. Now, when you get to this terminal, just wait for it. It's going to bring a directory. That's what I'm waiting for. It's going to bring a directory. Can you see? It has brought the directory, trying to show me that this is the exact place where I have my what? My React frame project. Are you following? Okay. Now, please take note of something. You must first go and install your Node.js. You understand your system. I have it already, so that's why I'm not doing. But let me show you where you can do that. Before you start doing anything, just go and install your what? Your Node.js. You know, I told you the other time that it allows you to run your what? Your code or your framework apart from your browser, also in terminal and in what? In server. You understand? So that's why you must, without it, you'll not be able to do it. So I'll just click on Node.js, nodejs.org. If you want to get the complete directory, you can say /en/download. So I want you to take you there so that I will show you. Even though I can't do it again because I have it already. Are you following? Now, when you get here, this is the page. When you get here, just make sure that you select Windows and make sure that you select the LTS, the LTS version. Do you understand? But by default, I think it's always selected. Then you now go to Window Installer. So you download it like your normal software. Are you following? Are you following? Now, by the time you download it like your normal software, let me see the one I downloaded. Under download, can you see mine? Note. Do you understand? So you just double click on it like you are doing normal software, and you what? You start installing it. I don't want to install it again, but let me just show you the beginning. I'll just double click. So when I can you see preparing to install, do you see? I can continue next. But please take note of something. While you are installing it, I have it already. That's why I'm not installing. While you are installing it, make sure that you allow it to finish whatever it's doing. Do you understand? Because there are some libraries, there are some packages that it will want to get from the online. So when you even get to a level, it will do as if it has finished. Just wait for it. It will still load this window terminal software. You understand, like your DOS, hmm? That it will use in running every other package that I needed to get. Let me see if I can show you. uh This terminal, but it will load it by itself. You understand? So you also have it on your system. It's very close to command prompt, but it's different. Do you understand? So let's continue. So shall make sure that it finish whatever it wants to do. Exactly. Now, after you are done doing that, the next thing you now do is that you will now you test first to be sure that it's actually successfully installed. So you just write npm, oh, sorry, npm space fmv. So it will tell me the version, or it will tell you the version. Do you understand? Can you see? So that means you are set. But take note of this. There are some cases that maybe you're actually typing and it's not still working. Do you understand? You can actually type this code. Just type set hyphen execution policy space remote signed, and you press your enter. Just simple. That's why I said have your notepad and put a lot of code. The spelling where it's supposed to be capital, everything is very important. Do you understand? And you press your enter. But I don't need to do it since it works immediately. Are you following? Are you sure? Now, one thing you must know is that when you're actually starting a fresh project like this, hmm, there are some, because if you see this my React frame, you will see that is an empty what? An empty folder. So there are some folders, there are some files, especially package.json that must be installed into this place. Do you understand? So that's why you now type this code npx npx space create hyphen next hyphen app and I say at latest. I'll now put full stop. That full stop is very, very important. When you are starting a fresh work like this. Are you following? Now, there's another one that we call npm space install is another one. The reason why I use this one is that normally because I'm starting a fresh project, it does not have package.json, it does not have app folder, it does not have public. These are the folders that will come with it. You understand? So being that I'm starting a fresh project, that is why I'm actually using this. But if I have package.json and some other thing, I can just use what npm space what install. It's as simple as that. Npm. What is the full meaning of npm? It means Node Package Manager. Do you understand? So, but this is the one you will use because with this, it will also do that npm install automatically. So because I'm starting a fresh project. Now, I thought you would ask me that why am I using dot after this latest? If I did not use that dot, it will create another folder inside this React frame. You understand? So it will now be React frame, another directory React frame, which could also make your system not to work, not to work. So that's why you put the dot so that it will not create a duplicate. So I'll now press enter. I will now wait and be looking at it. Simple as that. So just sit down and relax. The essence of this single line of code is that you will use it to install every necessary folder, every necessary files for your React framework or your Next.js to what? To work. Do you understand? That's the essence. Can you see? And you must be online when you are doing this. So that's why for today, the major thing we want to achieve is to have the foundational part. You understand? So let's wait for it. I believe you should be observing what it's doing. So that is why framework is not difficult. Do you understand? Not something that is difficult. The major thing is just Just be writing it. npm space install npm hyphen version. Okay, look at this now. It's telling me that a complete log of this run can be found, blah blah blah. So it's giving me an error. Okay, let me see. It said error, note a package version that doesn't exist. Create next app latest npm error code e target. Okay, so let me type that line of code is to sort dot for set hyphen execution policy remote signed not signed enter. Okay, it could actually be the network as well. And let me try npm install. Okay, now read no such file or directory. Ah, this is related to npm not being able to find a file. A complete log of this can be run. Let me see the I want to see if it has put those necessary files inside so that we know what to do. But I'll give you an alternative to do it faster. You understand? If anytime it's giving me this stupid problem, I'll just give you an alternative. That's normally supposed to okay, React frame. Okay, there's an issue. Now let me give you an alternative. This is what you would do. Number one, another issue could be even the name that I'm using. You understand? So let me rename it, or let me even delete it because I was to work easily. I don't want to use React frame. It could be the name. Okay, let me just leave it. Let me create another folder. This is my document. So look at me. I'll just say new folder. Let's say Jelabi API. Do you understand? Are you following? So let's try it again before I try any other thing. So that means I'll still go through the same process. File, open folder, Jelabi API. I will select. I'll come here. I'll go to terminal, new terminal. Okay. Now write the code. npx space what? Create what? Next app. Am I right? Next app at latest. Don't let me put full stop. When I get full stop, it's on for one while. Let's press enter. I think it's when she be on Lekon. Let's wait for this one. Internet. Internet. Oh. I sure going to internet I can disconnect along the line that time. My bit. Ṣé yẹn kò ń pa bóyá fífóònù ẹ̀yẹn lẹ̀? Ṣáà di fóònù mi pé might be one of the issue. Don't worry. By the time you try it at your hand, it will work at once. It's not a big deal. It's still writing no internet. Ah, nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan nìyẹn. Kò lè fògùn ṣiṣẹ́ tí ò bá ti sí internet. Okay. So I can assure you so that this one will not delay us. Do you understand? I think it's the internet. So it will actually create and it will put. So let me show you mine so that you will see. Is that internet? Do you understand? So let me show you mine. So just go to open folder. So if I want to switch to another project also, my own project now is inside this Andy Mart. Yeah, I'll select so that you see how it will look like by the time it's done. So by the time it's done, these are the folders you expect. You see next, you see app, node, module, you see public, you see all this. Are you getting me? So these are the stuff you should be what? Expecting. Do you understand? Now, so that our class will really make a sense, after you have all this, let me quickly show you the things you should go to your app. When you go to your app, now go to your page dot tsx. tsx. Page dot what? tsx is just the one that connotes your own page. Do you understand? Mm. Like when you are building your normal HTML, CSS, you have your index, Abby, dot HTML. So this is your index. Page dot what? Dot tsx. This one, page dot tsx. You will see that there are two TS, there are a lot of TSS, but let me tell you the difference. The major one that you will see immediately you open your app, that's the major one. All these ones are other ones, you understand? Because as you are creating each page, if you remember when I gave you a project, I said so that people will not know the name of your page, always create a folder and put. Are you getting me? So the same thing, maybe you want to do registration page now. You first create folder known as what? Register. You now put page.tsx. Maybe you want to create contact page, you first create a folder known as what? Contact. You now put page dot what? tsx. The reason is that so that when people are accessing your site or your this thing, they won't know. Do you understand? So that they won't really know is it .php that you use. It's just that folder that they what? That they will see. Okay, now this particular code is still part of our class. So let me show you. So that means immediately you see your app, the major one you will see. Can you see that is this component is inside this app? This register is under this app. This service is under this what? App. But this page here is your own page. So let's open it. Oh, sorry, not this one. This one is under this page is under services. So this major one, are you getting me? Is the one that I'm saying. Now, let me quickly tell you one or two things before we close this class. One major thing you must understand about React, are you following me? Is that React, okay, let me before I even go to that, let me tell you how I can run my code. Fine, I've done this project to a tangible level. So let me run the code so that you see. It's not like the one that you just go and type localhost. You understand? Huh? But this one, you type what? It still has something closer to that, but you must first run the code in the terminal. Do you understand? So that means you write npm space run space dev. So these are the code you must know. These are the code you must what? You must know. npm space run space dev. npm space run space dev. So you now press enter. So you wait for it. Even though I can easily go to my notepad and type because this is the his own, like the way you use localhost in PHP, you understand? This one you can use localhost semicolon 3000. Are you getting me? Can you see the difference? In PHP, you use what? Localhost, Abby. You can even use it in HTML also, Abby. But when you are talking about React or Next.js, you use what? Localhost semicolon what? 3000. But even though I just press localhost semicolon 3000, it will not still work until I first go and run my what? My npm space what? Run space what? Dev. So if you really know what you are doing, you must what? You must meditate on all these words so that it will be part of you. Because when you go for interview, nobody will wait for you that okay, quickly go and check it in AI. You understand? You must learn and let it be part of you. Exactly. So let's see if can you see by the time it's ready, it's saying ready in 10.8 seconds. It's not yet ready, but it's very soon to be ready. So let's see if it's ready. So I'll just come here and refresh this one. If it's ready, this one will load. Look up, okay. So you can wait for it. So it's still not ready. So you just need to wait for it until it's going to be ready. So at least by the time we're able to see this, so in the next class, I will now start by teaching you the home page. And thank God I've told you the home page. The home page is the what? Is the page dot what? TXX. Now, I know you're supposed to ask that why is it TSX? Why is it not JX? Do you understand? The difference between this one is that this one, can you see, is compiling. This one, there's JSX. Do you understand? There's JSX. It's still framework stuff. You understand? There is what? TXX. This TSX, the difference is that it actually both are JavaScript, but this one, it it works with I taught you about what is the name of this thing? When I'm talking to you about ints, about data type, Abby. So it always gives you data type for each of your declaration, unlike JSX. Do you understand? For example, in JSX, I can say x equals 10, but this one will give you int what? Int x equals what? 10. Let me tell you the advantage. The advantage is that it will reduce the way error comes. Because by the time you're just saying x equals 10, computer might not be sure. Computer might be expecting that that 10 is an integer, but to use a string, but to use a float. But the one that is giving you the particular variable what data type is what? It will reduce the rate of what? Of error. Are you following, sir? Okay. So now let's see if it's actually set. Wow, can you see? It's set. My site is loaded. Let me show you what I'm actually saying. Now, for example, now when I click on each of these guys, and one interesting thing about React is that you don't need to write code like that. A single code can cover a lot of things. Now, when I click on this one now, home renovation, you will notice that service slash renovation. Nobody is really seeing the page that I have. And this single code is the one coordinating each of these image. It will also tap this one that okay, this one is what it's showing in the preview that this one is what HVAC service. So there is nothing you can do in normal share that you cannot do in it. Are you following? So is there animation? Is it this thing? But the major thing you must not forget as I round up the class is that any page you are seeing that is being built with React, they are made up of what? Of components. This page now, this navbar is a component. This page is a what? Component. Unlike in Bootstrap, there is section, Abby. We call it component. This is a what? A component. This is another what? Component. I would also the footer is a what? Is a component. So that means I will build each of the component differently. Then I will now merge it in the page that I want to use it. And it helps me to reuse them in as much as possible what pages that I am what that I'm building. And as we continue, you start seeing us that we can be using. It's not only npm. I can install a lot of. For example, now if I want to do the animation, I will use npm space install space. I think it's frame motion framer motion. That is the fact that I want to use animation. I'll say install the what packages that will enable my animation to work. So see you in the next class. Thank you. Yeah.